guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl and today I'm here to bring you my spoiler-free review for A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. I finally read this book. It has been sitting on my shelf for longer than it should have, but it took me a while to pick up this book, and I don't know why, because it was so good. I gave this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. There was just something about it that kept it from being a full 5 stars. I don't even know if I could pinpoint it, other than it felt lacking in some way. And that was really disappointing because I really did enjoy this book overall. So this book is the second book in her Ember series, Ember in the Ashes, I don't know the series name. So far there is only an Ember in the Ashes and A Torch Against the Night out. I have no idea if it's supposed to be a trilogy or a longer series than that. I'm hoping it's longer because I'm really enjoying these characters. But because this is the second book, I cannot give you really any plot. But this book was just so good. If you haven't read the series yet, I would highly recommend picking up the first book. I did have issues with the first book because it was so slow for the first half, but when the action picked up, oh boy, it picked up. And this book was just action-packed pretty much the entire thing, and you got to learn more about these characters as they developed and they grew. And maybe it's just me, but I did not see any of these plot twists coming, and I was just like, oh my god. And this book actually made me cry, which hardly ever happens when I'm reading. So I don't know whether to be happy that it did or to be angry at Sabaa Tahir because she made me emotional. But this book just overall, it's so good. So this series takes place in a society that's very much inspired by ancient Roman societies, and it is a brutal society. There is the marshals, who are basically the ruling power. They have taken over. They are afforded luxuries that the other class society of people, because I don't know if they're considered a different race, but the other peoples, the scholars, are not. The scholars cannot learn to read. They cannot learn to write. They are essentially slaves. And so it's those two ruling classes. The marshals rule with an iron fist, and the first book deals with the emperor and choosing a new emperor, and this book just follows immediately after the events of the first one. And even though I had waited quite a while to pick up the second one from reading the first one, I immediately fell back into the story, and it was just so good. I would have to say that Laya, I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but she was kind of irritating in the first book with some of the things she did. But boy, oh boy, has she grown to be one of my favorite characters, I would argue, ever. I'll have to see how she plays out in the other books, but she has grown to be so strong. She has taken what life gives her, because life has given her a shitty hand. And so, yes, it's just, if you have not picked up the series yet, I would recommend it. I would warn you that there are at times pretty brutal descriptions of violence, because like I said, it is inspired by ancient Rome. But if you are not bothered by that, I would definitely recommend picking this up. It was great. I wasn't sure what to think about it, but I was not disappointed. So that is my spoiler-free review for A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have you read this series? If so, let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!